Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back again. If you're watching the live stream, you're probably saying, what the hell is going on? If you are watching the VOD, well, we had a bit of a technical issue, but we're back, and it's time for the grand finals of the Alienware Summers End Cup. I'm LD. I'm joined by Mr. PPD, and we have a best of three coming
Just best of three, huh? This is the finals, right?
Yeah. Golden Boys and 5Jungz. Something like that. I don't know.
That's
I keep on making it worse every time.
It's just like 5Jungz, or
yeah, it's 5 boys. I've been told it's like...
is it German for something?
It's German. It's German for 5 boys.
Gotcha.
Apparently it's a song.
Oh.
I don't know. Someone linked it to me the other day. I haven't got to watch it just yet.
Cool. All right, so we got some Dota. Kroki's teams versus London Conspiracy, or whatever, so...
Yeah, it's like 3 of the old London Conspiracy guys, and I think they've added 2 new players here.
Okay, yeah.
So it's kind of a, you know, everyone's reforming. Your team had a small change as well.
Hey, you do what you got to do. Is are they still all from Greece? Do you know?
I think they're all Greek still. Yes.
Cool. All right.
Everyone's cracking hilarious jokes about the debt crisis in Greece as well. So.
Yes, economics.
Cannon fodder for the brilliant minds in Twitch chat for sure. But, okay, Peter, let's look at the draft here. So the Golden Boys going to start off with a first overall pick Shaker. I think we saw this once in the previous series. And, well, the 5 boys straight into the PL Storm. So they grabbed both of their cores right away.
Yeah, it's I've been watching a lot of games. Obviously, I haven't played any matches since TI. But I see, like, these 2 heroes have kind of moved. Normally they were, like, 3-4 picks, and now they're, like, 1-2 picks. So people are just, like, they realize how strong these heroes are, and they're willing to just commit to them super early.
So you think it's a pretty strong opening then, the PL Storm?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I like the Shaker first pick, but I don't know. I'm not like the biggest believer in PL, and I know Storm's super good, but we've always had problems if we first toot it. So.
Yeah, let's see if the Golden Boys can punish it here. They've got their decent team fight already. Shaker, Quap. Now the 5 young boys going to ban out the Anti-Mage. We'll see the Darkseer reply.
Radiant team
so nothing too unusual so far in the banning stage.
It's no Gyrocopter yet. That's a little surprising.
Yeah, Gyro's still out there. I think he's the only big one. Clockwork, I guess, but he's not really a ban normally.
Gyro's okay versus PL. It kind of goes both ways. He's not the best versus PL, but he's okay.
5 seconds.
We've seen the other big hero that some teams like to run with mixed success versus the PL is Ember.
Oh yeah, Ember's super good.
So do you think Ember's like the best counter to PL as far as heroes go, or?
Yes. Yeah, PL's like, I think Fear says PL's like unplayable against Ember. So.
Okay. So Spirit Breaker gets banned out now, and they get the clock. So no big surprises, but we'll make this Earthshaker rather unhappy, I imagine.
Yep, it's yeah, just depends on what the Shaker's doing. Obviously, if he gets hooked, it's really bad. But I feel like that doesn't happen very often, for the most part.
Yeah, unless the Rocket finds him, I guess. But they also have the Storm, so they have 2 heroes to try and catch that Earthshaker potentially. And I guess still an open question if he's a support or an offlaner here.
10 seconds remaining.
Kind of hiding their cards a bit, the Golden Boys.
5 seconds.
Yeah, what else are we missing? What are the big supports still left?
We've seen a lot of Disruptor today.
Sure, Dazzle's pretty good for 5Jungz if they wanted it.
Yeah, everyone seems to like the Dazzle with the PL especially as like a duo.
Oh yeah, it's super good. You can just get all those illusions and then you just heal and do so much damage.
Oh,
Good
this
stuff.
is a hero we have not seen too much of lately. You guys in Secret were the 2 teams that ran a lot of Naga TI, but since then, I feel like it's very situational when teams are picking it right now, at least in the games I've been casting.
Oh, the teams are not being very smart then, because that hero is absurdly broken.
We're not seeing much techies either.
That's also, I don't know what's going on there. That hero is also absurdly broken. So, yeah, we'll see. I mean, maybe this is the finals. You know, time to bust out the big guns.
What are you looking forward to in 6.85 while we kind of see the draft unfold? Besides like the obvious, like, you know, probable techies nerfs, you know, Leshrac nerfs, like any heroes that we're missing right now in the meta that you want to see come back, or
Yeah, heroes that I want to play.
Yeah.
I want some Treant buffs, or maybe like some other heroes get nerfed, so Treant's a little bit better.
Of course you want some Treant buffs.
I love Treant. I miss my Abaddon. He's kind of unplayable right now.
How would you buff those heroes if you were Ice Frog?
I don't know if you have to buff those heroes, but you need to like kind of change the way the game's played so that those heroes become kind of viable. I'm not sure like what those changes are, but things happen. Like this patch was just all like, you know, wave push and like your Lena Lesh and your Queen of Pain, Earthshaker, you know, people that can push lanes fast and dominate in the laning phase.
So if you make it more about like pickoffs and ganks and less about just wave clear and farming.
Sure. Yeah, it just depends how Dota like is going to be played.
Okay.
But wave like being able to clear waves quickly has always been a big thing in Dota, so I doubt that is going to change too much.
Well, I'm not sure that those are the most exciting heroes, but
yes,
they're certainly PPD classics.
I do like them. Yeah, I don't know what else. I really liked I liked that Ancient Apparition game. That was fun.
Do you want to see more Tinker?
More Tinker? Sure. Sumo loves Tinker.
Yeah. Little Meepo, maybe?
We don't have a Meepo player, so
no.
I think Aoi was our Meepo player, and
oh no,
we're happy. We would, you know, put fear on support and then give Aoi Meepo, but now we have no Meepo player.
So now the dream scenario is that Meepo gets buffed and you guys play Digital Chaos, and they run a Meepo against you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, the draft's winding down now, so let's review what's left. The Visage gets removed by the 5Jungz, and then the Silencer will be the ban out here for Golden Boys. So Shadow Fiend was the last pickup, I think, since we were discussing the picks. They get a Rubik to potentially steal Fissure here.
Sure. Yeah, it's K got Rubik, you know. It's hard to pass that up.
What are these teams missing right now, Peter? What do you want to see of these last two picks?
So Golden Boys has like the SF Quap dual core, which is like pretty good, but it's very like team fight and like 5-man oriented. So they're looking to like end the game early, so they don't have to deal with like a super farmed PL and like a Storm that's just, you know, obviously is way too farmed and too hard to control. They don't really have a lot of lockdown for Storm or PL, so they're probably just going to group up with SF Mech and try and end the game pretty early. 5Jungz like saw that they didn't really have too much carry potential like in the mid to late game, so they banned the Visage, because Visage is one of those supports that can kind of turn into a core, so that could kind of offset their like lack of late game. So they're either going to pick like another hero that can help them push early on, or they're going to try and pick some support that can transition. Naga could be a support that transitions, but I think they're going to get a range support and then have Shaker offlane this game. Okay,
so any particular range support or almost anything here will do?
Oh, there's too many to go through. I don't know.
5 seconds
Rubik CM. They don't want to dual lane. They probably want to tri lane. It's gonna be. They could pick a jungler, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, we'll see. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
The Enigma.
Like,
well, versus Rubik, probably not.
Yeah, it's not the best Enigma game, but it could still work. Undying. Okay. Maybe they'll do support Shaker and then do Naga Undying offlane. That would be pretty good. That would put a lot of pressure on PL.
Yeah, and very tough to get kills in that lane. They're super tanky.
Yeah, Undying's a weird pick against PL. It's really good for like the first couple minutes in like the laning phase, obviously, but later, like PL illusions, like do like full damage to the tomb kind of a thing, so it dies really quickly. Also, you can just kind of doppelganger away and get away from the tomb and all the zombies.
Yeah, so I guess they'll be looking more for like the starvation lane as opposed to actually getting kills on the PL.
Yeah, they're just gonna try to, just kind of like farm that lane. Maybe get Undying. Maybe Undying goes for Mech, or maybe he just goes for like Mana Boots Urn or Mana Boots Glimmer Cape or something. And like I said earlier, they're definitely committing to like a 5-man push. So they get like either SF or Undying will get a Mech. Quap is gonna go safe lane and win his lane really hard. Shaker's just gonna roam around, maybe camp mid, maybe get Shadow Fiend to kill on Storm, win him his lane. And then they're going to try and, snowball off of that.
All right, let's see if it all goes according to plan here for the Golden Boys, who come in a bit of a hot streak after that last game. We've got Madara playing the safe lane Queen of Pain. We'll have a lot of time here to go over the intros. Thought I was excited for more pauses. S224J will be your Earthshaker. Clock is stuck on an effigy. Reborn things. Should I even bother introing the rest, or I feel like we're remaking here? Let's see what happens. Is this a known bug or is this a new thing?
I don't know, man. I don't play Dota anymore.
How has this not been noticed before now? There's been like...
It's part of the game, man. You can't just remake, you know? That's like That's like not buying a courier, you know?
It's your fault for running too close to the effigy. Of course he's gonna get caught on it. He's got all these like protruding hooks and things coming out of his body. Oh, Volat's the man with the solutions here.
Interesting effigy name. Would expect nothing nothing less from a Tumble Man.
Oh my. He moved a bit. Yeah, I'm not sure about that, Jerax. Alright.
He did move. I saw it.
Okay. He's
Freedom!
free. Reborn! Okay, let's introduce the teams properly now. So we've got the Golden Boys. Skylark will be your offlaner on the Undying. Maybe getting some help here from the Naga Siren of MNT. Lucy going to be playing the Shadow Fiend. S224J on the Shaker. And Madara, the Safe Lane Queen of Pain. As for the Radiant side, we've got Jerax handling the Rubik. Kuroki, not on the Rubik. He will be the Crystal Maiden here. Fada, the Storm. Puts Mind Control, who was amazing earlier today on the Clockwork, on him again. And Matumba Man, your Safe Lane PL.
Yeah, it's interesting that Kuroki's not playing the Rubik. I guess Jerax is definitely the 4 for this team.
Seems like it.
So yeah, Kuroki played kind of more of the 4 for Secret last year, and now he's kind of transitioning to that 5 role.
Is that a tough transition? I don't know if you specifically had to go through it. When I recall, you were always a 5.
I've pretty much always been a 5 for the most part, but there are some games where I'm like having a really good game and I'm playing maybe, I don't know, I'm playing some hero that I get a lot of farm on. I used to play Visage back in the day, so I have been a 4 before. But Crystal Maiden is kind of like a 4 anyways. Even if you're playing it as a 5, you get like tons of farm and you can push waves out with your Crystal Nova and generally get some kills. It's really easy to last hit in KS with Crystal Nova, so.
Okay, so it's not like a hard 5,
gold.
you're saying.
And you just jungle at the start anyways too.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's where the clock won't need too much help because he's just going to do clock things. Cogs and the creeps. What's the one melee through? So the lane should push. Fada, Storm versus Shadow Fiend. Generally seems like the Storm should do okay here, especially Radiant side. Gets a good block. So yeah, I guess Kuro's free to jungle.
They'll both farm. Like he'll just Remnant for CS. Shadow Fiend will just start to raise for CS, and it'll both teams will stack jungle for their team. Although Kuroki will probably be farming the jungle, so Shadow Fiend might look to be a little bit ahead.
This Queen of Pain is getting pounded by Mind Control top lane. The boots first. He doesn't have Blink. He may actually die here. Has a salve, but oh, the fissure comes in. That's not a good start for the safe lane Queen of Pain. Meanwhile, in the Radiant jungle, MNT, frostbitten up. He's in a bit of danger. Even that tanky Naga with the stout shield. If they can get one more barrage of nukes out, they could kill him, but looks like the CM a bit too slow.
It's like Zombie Man, I need your help.
Save me. I don't. If you have to bring the zombies out to save yourself, maybe just rather die. Doesn't sound like much fun.
Yeah, it's so the Naga kind of messed with Kuroki's jungle, which is actually pretty rough for him. He's not gonna farm super fast, but I don't know, if this Undying gets too many levels in the offlane, Gale's gonna have a really hard time. Like if Rubik ever shows himself and both the Naga and Undying there, they'll just dive him under tower and kill him.
And is that where the CM needs to be ganking this lane, or they just have to play safe? Like what's
I'm not
the
sure.
adjustment there?
I think this Undying's level 3 now, so it's pretty hard to commit to like a gank, unless because you'll probably trade kills, which isn't very good for you. I think what they're doing right now is just fine. Just trying to farm and just trade farm.
Yeah, they did sentry up the magic bush here, so trying to deny these sort of pull-throughs moving forward. Radiant gets an Observer Ward down, but Naga still has another obs. So it seems like the goal is to keep this camp blocked completely. Curl maybe trying to D-ward. Let's see if he's going to guess right. This camp, how frustrating is it to try and clear this thing out?
Oh, I got it down, I think.
Yeah? You have a formula?
Yeah.
Are you going to make a video about it, or is that top secret information?
I don't know. I just go left and right. Everyone else goes like top and down. I go left and right.
Okay.
And there's like a couple spots where they can get you, but
you'd say like more often than not you get the D-ward.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been some big games where I think there was a game at TI where Secret couldn't D-ward their safe lane, and
it's a big deal.
Yeah,
for sure.
it was one of the big things that ultimately cost them the game. Might have been the VP series, I want to say.
Yep. It's you know, it kind of messes up your game plan for some of your supports. They're like, oh, I'm just gonna farm and get some early levels, and they're forced to go into this lane where it's like, there's an undying there. I actually can't lane there. I'm just gonna feed.
And then you just kind of sit behind your tower.
Yep. Watch your carry farm, take his experience. He gets mad. Team starts to tilt.
Feels bad, man. They're going in mid lane. They do get the fissure off. Fada into the trees, but Lucy, oh, not enough damage to get the kill there.
Yeah,
T will also rotate in.
Probably would have got him if he was on the other side of the fissure. Naga would have been able to help out as well.
And they're trying to harass MNT. They don't have the requisite levels on the Storm yet, though, so he'll just walk away. So, looking at the overall laning stage here, Peter, seems like Golden Boy is getting a lot more farm on the cores. The Crystal Maiden, not really getting much out of the woods.
No, Kirk is really not getting anything right now. It's pretty bad for them because ideally they wanted Crystal Maiden to get some farm and be ahead of, like, say, the Shaker, but he's, like, barely ahead.
Look at this. They even get a ward out. They are just not going to leave him alone. On top lane, we see MC taking a Shadow Strike. There's a level 2 Scream, but isn't quite low enough for the kill here.
Surprised Fada's doing so well mid. It can be really hard to play like in this position where they have no wards on the north side of the river, and that Shaker can just come in at like any moment and fissure block him. So he has to play really safe.
He dodges that first bullet. Like you said, it was fairly close to a death if that's on the other side, but he had a rough game earlier today. But I will say Fada's. He seemed very calm under pressure. Did a good job of coming back. He died 10 times as Razor and ends the game 3rd in net worth. So.
Yeah, I didn't catch that game. It was a little too early.
I know it's tough waking up early in the morning.
It's 6 a.m. man. I don't know.
Did you just moved to the West Coast, right? You were.
Yeah.
Did you drive out here or did you fly?
No, I flew.
Oh,
that drive,
drove, man. It's a nice drive.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Peter, you missed out.
There's an opportunity to give up on my car.
Can you match Clinton's new wheels or?
No, I can't. I cannot.
No. Or Sumail's? Someday there's going to be a Dota player that actually buys a Bugatti.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that day. That will be the dankest of the memes.
You just need somebody really irresponsible to like win.
Yeah. I'm not going to say I advise it, but I would love to see it. So, seems like a little pressure here on Skylark, but already level 6 on the offlane of Dyne. They're going to lift him, rushing in with Matumbaran, trying to finish him off. He does have the mango, doesn't pop it in time there. Ends up going down, and now the turnaround. Madara trying to rotate in. Nice dodge, but can't dodge both nukes. Madara finishes the job with the Quap ulti. They will end up getting the kill. Got the tombstone down there, though. It didn't do a whole heck of a lot. Ends up being a 2-for-1 overall.
That was rough, man. I think there was a couple misplays there.
Do you want to go through them?
Shaker fissured and wasted it, so then Rubik poured it out, and then Undying didn't use his mango. And he could have used his mango and Sorf himself, and it would have been fine as well. So, maybe just a little nervous, you know? It's grand final time.
Yeah, this is a big deal for both teams, and you know, a lot of these teams are really trying to prove themselves with the. I mean, neither of these teams very likely to get invited directly to the major, but to get seeded farther into the regional qualifiers, not to have to go through the open bracket.
Sure.
Every online tournament.
Yeah, well, there's no better practice than tournaments, so.
We're gonna see the line drawn now. Mind Control moving towards mid. He's level 5. Maybe gonna try to isolate this Earthshaker, who does not have boots. That's 224J. Could well get caught out here. But Shadow Fiend's also in the neighborhood. Let's see. Mind Control thinks he wants some backup. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Skylark taking the harass from the PL. Does drop the tombstone, turns around with the decay as well, but he gets lifted, tossed back, and Skylark, one more poke. Go get him. We'll end up going down. Kuro arrives. Perhaps not the right time for the little maiden to run in. Ends up going down. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Fada jumping in together with Mind Control. They're going to get Lucy, it looks like. Tries to survive, can't escape. So the clock strikes, and the Earthshaker, it looks like he barely survived something. Very low here in the top lane.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened to him. I think he was like, I think he was doing a camp or something. I don't know. I think it was neutrals.
Yeah, I thought maybe like they went on him and then the Shadow Fiend came in to save him, but yeah, I'm not really sure. There's too much action.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
But big kill for Clockwork. He's almost level 6. He's got decent farm. He just bought up a haste. He's got another 600 gold, so he's doing very well.
This gives Kuroki a little more freedom now as well with the pressure in the other lanes. He's going to go back to jungling. Looks like Mind Control wants to leech his level 6. So he's going to hit 6 pretty soon. Peter, where do you look to go with the Clockwork? Is there a certain hero you're trying to gun down here?
Anyone's alone, because eventually they're going to group up and it's going to be really hard for Clock to really be too useful, I think. So maybe try and get the Naga, or ideally like Undying is a good kill too, if you can get down there and just help the PL get more and more ahead. Because once like the way this game is going to go is Golden Boys is going to start 5-manning and PL is just going to be split pushing, and Storm as well. And then you're going to have Rocket spam on the tower, and then like Fade Bolt and Nova. And that's pretty much, they're just going to try and like defend like that, I think.
So basically there's pressure on him to make something happen soon because it's going to be really tough to do it later.
Yeah, once they get their mech and they start 5-manning towers, it's going to be very hard for Clock to be too useful.
A double smoke here from the Radiant squad as they really want to secure this kill mid lane. Getting into position for the hook shot. MC has the angle. They're going to jump in with the Storm for now. Not even showing the clock. It looks like he wants to find an additional kill, and that additional kill may well be Lucy, who's trapped up on the high ground. The Tombstone was deployed. 2-hero fissure, well placed. Tries to turn around and fight this one. Gets caught up by the hook shot, and now the Quad Bolt trying to turn it. Will bring down Mind Control, but the damage already done. As they do lose the Shadow Fiend here. Another death for him, and Madara trying to finish off that Storm, but Fada gets away. Nice exchange there for the 5 boys.
That's good stuff. Undying misclicked again though. I'm not sure what's going on. He sorted the Storm instead of himself, so.
Yeah, he had a really nice start bottom. Got a lot of experience. Basically free farm for an offlane Undying, but you know, we haven't seen the presence in the fights yet.
It's a tough game for an Undying for sure. I'm not sure if it was the best last pick, but they can start forcing team fights. That'll be very useful.
MT getting the Riptide off here, but while that was all going on, they got the tower bottom. Looks like the Rubik the man to get the last hit, and they smoke again. They've got to be running out of these. Yeah, no smokes for 10 minutes because they double smoked, I think accidentally mid earlier.
Yeah, maybe that was. But either way, you know, like I said before, for the same reasons, it's good for them to use all these smokes early, get the pickoffs while they're not grouped up yet.
MC, I'm not sure if he's totally caught out here. He's got the hook. Let's make it back to safety. No song available, and they're trying to chase. Meanwhile, it looks like they want to get a ward up in the Dire jungle, or maybe find a kill. Shaker was scouted mid, and Storm's going to ball on him. Fissure holds it for now. Wants to get that multiple hero Fissure. Still, well, not going to work out in the end. Doesn't catch the thing. Fada with the jukes. Fissure getting stolen now. And X marks the spot where the Rubik's going to try to TP out. No way to cancel this, it seems. He'll make it home. The Shaker will fall. And now Kuroki, probably the guy left behind again. Can they get a deny maybe from Fada? Too risky. He'll run in. Frostbiting and just covering the retreat of the Storm.
Ooh, he almost clung.
Fada does make it home again, though. He's been really dodging all these ganks.
They just got a courier.
Ooh.
Courier was just chilling.
What killed it? Was it?
It was the Quap. He just
it was the Quap. Okay.
Yeah, they just, I think they stopped it when they started diving the mid tower, and it was like right around here. And yeah, they just forgot about it. Quap got a free courier.
Well, no items on that at least, but gold. The Golden Boys will definitely appreciate as they ball in on the mid lane. Skylark again. Food for the combo. The stolen Fissure. Only level 2, but still such a great grab. Finding the easy pickoffs now. Shadow Fiend will complete his mech. So he's a little bit tougher to bring down, but that's not going to stop them from trying as they get the rocket. They're going to Fissure this. No lift available. Clock does have the hook. Is Mind Control going to risk it? No, it's too deep. But they're keeping the pressure up here, Peter.
That's rough, man. When Rubik has Fissure, ooh.
He's got Fissure. He's already got Arcane Boots and a completed Magic Wand. He's getting his farm.
Insta Fissure. So good.
Yeah, and with that, you have like a guaranteed hook as well from long range.
It's actually probably like top 3 spells to steal as Rubik.
What would you say is also up there?
I mean, Black Hole is always cool, but
not as practical though. A lot of the time.
RP is pretty realistic to get, I think. That's really good. I don't know. Any of like Leshrac stuns, any of Leshrac spells like lightning or
literally any of Leshrac spells.
Nah, not
What a
even.
hero.
The stun, whatever, the split earth or something.
Yeah, yeah.
That's super good too.
Without the cast point, it's quite nice.
Dire's top tower is
So
under
Fada's
attack.
going to siege this top tower, chipping away at it. They do see mind control. Pops the battery assault. And they got some good wards up as well when they went for that rotation. Unfortunately, the D ward misses here in the Dire jungle. So Radiant squad pretty much seen everything that's going on. When do Golden Boys start pushing? They have their mech. Is this the time? They have level 6 on Naga?
I don't know. They need a way to force fights, and I don't know how they're going to do that until maybe Quap gets an Orchid, so they can jump the Storm and PL. But it's going to be tough.
No, Matumba Man's having fun. He's completely abandoned, free farming PL safe lane. No pressure whatsoever since the early laning stage. And he knows they're not coming for him because of those wards. Yeah, they actually dropped 2 and they missed both. Oh, the hook. Well, now they'll know they failed the D ward and stealing the enchant totem this time. Not quite ideal. As the mech comes out, trying to turn this one around. MC's in pretty deep, and Shaker gets tossed over, and now looks to go. Echo Slam! Fada jumped into it. He pulls out, dodging away from some of the nukes, but still caught on the way out by the Psalm. They have the fissure. Can they get it off in time? The timing's got to be just right, and yes, they can, but he still manages the ball away. And the neutrals, no, they won't deny him.
The timing was not just right.
Yeah, it looked like he got the stun, but
Good attempt, though. Good attempt.
you have to like start casting it before you cancel the Psalm, I believe. Right? Or he can just ball away.
Nah, it's tough, man. That's a really tough one to time against Storm. Especially if Storm's facing the direction he wants to go.
Dire's bottom tower.
Well, they do Frostbite Madara mid lane. Lucy out of mana, or rather, Matumba Man out of mana. Lucy trying to Requiem this, but he can't because of the battery assault. Ends up going down now on the backside of the fight. They also finished off Kuroki, now looking to run in. Zombie stacking up. He can just doppelganger up to the high ground. We'll make it away. Mind control also retreats, so. When the dust settles, they still hold their tier 1, and the tombstone will be slowly focused down here by the tower mid. Looks like no big objectives for Golden Boys.
Yeah, that was weird. Didn't really understand what happened in that mid fight there. I didn't catch it. Oh, look at Clock making plays.
Solo killing the Quap. That's brutal. And this
Those,
frees up the push mid.
it's those deep wards, you know? He sees what's going on. He has the freedom to make plays like that.
Yeah, do they have more sentries? No, they haven't even bought any. They know there's a ward here, too.
Dire's top tower
That was a
is
huge
under
kill.
attack.
Quap was like really close to Orchid.
Yeah, she buys 2 of the components here, but still needs the second Oblivion staff to be completed and the recipe. Rubik, another big steal with the raise. Some free farm for him.
It's only medium raise. Could be worse.
You prefer the long range one?
Yeah. Always, always.
Well, I guess for CSing it doesn't matter too much.
That's true.
And which one did he get this time?
Medium again.
He'll take it. And it looks like they'll back off now. Fada with the regen rune bottled up. He's closing in on the Bloodstone here, and they're just spreading the map well. Matumba Man towards the top lane. No blink on Shaker, not even close. No Orchid on Quap yet.
Dire's
They
top
really can't
tower
gank
is
these
under
guys.
attack.
Yeah, Shaker's playing pretty hard 5 position.
Fortified.
Undying's got a nice little sampler platter of items. I don't know what he's going for.
He gets the one of each of the appetizers, I guess.
What is he going for?
Well, Naga's already got a medallion.
Just casual armor, I suppose.
Naga's already got a medallion. They already have a mech. Rod of Atos?
AC?
the AC rush?
Yeah, it's the Mana Boot AC build. You haven't done that before?
Dire's
No.
You
top
haven't seen it?
tower is under
I haven't
attack.
seen that, Peter. Please enlighten me.
It's you know, I didn't want to say anything because I was saving it for ESL, but
Oh shit.
Dire's top tower
it's
is under
pretty
attack.
good.
This is why we bring you on, man, to drop the big strategy bombs.
Yep.
Radiant's middle tower
And they're
has
gonna take the
fallen.
tower top. Mind control. And the man in the front again, closing on level 11 here. They're just so confident in their movements. Really not afraid of anything.
No, they don't like we talked about before. They don't really have much catch. Like they have Shaker, and Shaker's playing a 5 position, so he's not gonna have a blink forever. So the PL and Storm can kind of do whatever they want. Same with Clock, I suppose.
And boy, he is doing whatever he wants. 144 CS. He got the tower earlier. In terms of net worth, he's well above the Shadow Fiend.
Look at him, he's just walking through the jungle. Not a care in the world.
And yeah, Storm's like, okay, I'll farm the mid lane while you're busy just making 4 heroes chase you. I don't know how they stop this.
I think they're in trouble. They need to force some fights very soon.
There's the Orchid. But
Okay.
matching it is the Diffusal Blade of Matumba Man.
Yeah.
19-minute Diffusal, bots, drums, and a bottle of Aquila.
He's farmed, he's farmed. They might go Roche. They could Roche the medallion.
Maybe that's what they go for here. Radiant team doesn't have any vision. They're working on the Ancients and get the triple stack, but don't really have the best lineup to clear these. And they might be scouted as the rocket flies in, spots the Shaker. And mind control. He's got a bit of vision here on Lucy, but
They might wait for the BKB on Shadow Fiend.
oh, they're about to get it. He just needs the recipe.
Yeah. Whether or not they, whether or not that's the right play, I'm not sure. But
This is just like it's like a one-man buffet for mind control. It's just he's killing Quap behind the tier 2. He's repeatedly slaughtering the Earthshaker and Queen of Pain. Orchid reveal gets the Crystal Maiden and gives a kill away to the enemy Storm. This is not looking good for Golden Boys.
yeah, that's Storm's Bloodstone now. It was still it's an unfortunate play for the Quap, but it was still pretty good play. Got the turnaround kill on the Crystal Maiden there.
Oh, so he got jumped there.
Yeah, he was like, trying to push the tower, and then they jumped, and he blinked out really fast. But, yeah, the Storm just followed up and stopped his TP, and then he just stood and fought and got the kill. So
He's just patrolling their jungle. It's like doing laps around the big camp, basically. This Clock doesn't care.
all right, BKB is up.
All right, so Roche, do you push? You're the captain now of the Golden Boys, Peter.
Anything to force a team fight, which I'm not sure 5Jungz is going to give you that. So probably going to have some resident sleeper Dota for here for a bit.
Well, we've got the queen of it in the game, so it seems only fitting.
There we go.
Nice. Jarks gets a good ward down, poking his head around the trees. Mind control was moving in. Seems like they were even going to consider a go on the Quap. Gets the rocket out, scouts the Shaker again. This time, though, he's a little afraid to go. He'll play it safe. But that ward could make the difference. The Brady and the Storm, they're about to jump. He blinks back onto the ward. A little too far. I don't think Madara realizes that vision's there, but he's playing it safe.
He caught a whiff of something. Because he was going, and then maybe he saw the Storm port from mid or something? I'm not sure.
Yeah, look at the rocket scouts the Shaker again in the river. The Clock is just making this game so easy for them right now.
He's definitely making a ton of space.
And Matumba Man is taking advantage of it. Still the leader in net worth here, 11k. And Storm, of course, farming wells also on his way to the Orchid. And seems the plan is let's just 5-man bottom. But while they're doing that,
They're even making some trades.
5Jungz
sure.
are taking the tower top.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, I didn't even notice they're so far behind on towers.
Dire's structures are
They're down 7,500 gold and experience.
Bottom tower has
And they're
fallen.
about to be
Dire's
more if
top tower
Matumba Man takes this. He does take the tower top. Do they go Roche now?
That looks like the plan.
I don't know. I have a bad feeling about this if they try to go into the pit now. Matumba Man's trying to force them back, and mind control will scout S224J, and he dives him again under the tier 2 towers. They even commit an Echo Slam for this. Hardly even scratches them. Oh, now the Orchid. He tries for the TP out. Net will cancel it. Good effort by mind control. He goes down, but meanwhile, Matumba Man over half the health of the tier 1 top lane expended, and Fauna will just TP away, gets his first Bloodstone charge since the purchase, and they get out.
This game's going to be next to impossible, I think, for Golden Boys to win.
Stolen the raise. They're pushing this Shadow Fiend to the limit, but not going to be KB.
Yeah, I think they're just gonna get like split push the entire game, and then eventually Golden Boys is gonna be forced to like separate and like put heroes in different lanes, and then they're just gonna get picked off by Storm and Clock, and then PL will just port in with bots. But
I mean, he's got a friggin' Manta basically. Just needs that ultimate orb.
yeah, I mean it's possible, you know, for them to misplay though. I mean, no team is perfect, so let's see what happens. They'll get the stages and they'll make it a hopefully an all-in play.
Oh, Rocket gonna scout this. Does he want to jump into the pit? Fada's thinking about it. Still has the vision here. They have the song. Not using it yet. And not gonna go for it. So they do give the Aegis to the Shadow Fiend. Would have been a sick play, but it doesn't really seem like they need that. You know, they're not desperate right now.
Yeah, like they're just gonna push and dodge for 5 minutes for sure. Yeah, I'm surprised though. Mind Control, he's been playing like a psycho. I'm surprised he didn't go for it.
And the Tumble Man continues to occupy this jungle. He will see Skylark. Not sure who's catching whom here. Completes the Crimson Guard in the end. Pretty decent against illusions in general, but I don't know what else he would have gone for at this point.
Ah, that's what it was for. Totally forgot about that item.
You had a good go at him before. So.
Yeah, I was pretty sure it was the AC, but you know, guess I was wrong.
Yeah. Someday we'll see the early AC rush. At least their jungle's slightly dewarded now.
Yeah, that's good.
Shadow Fiend is keeping up so far with the PL, with the Storm decent amount ahead. And then, I mean, you're just looking at a Rubik who's getting as much farm as an off-lane Undying.
Yeah, Rubik farms really well.
Especially when he's stealing Rays half the time. Right now, not ideal as the Enchant Totem.
Not the best spell, but there's worse, I think.
Get the max Enchant Totem, go carry Rubik.
Yeah, that's a good little right click.
Hey, he's ranged, you know. Dish out the deeps from safety. They're smoked, though, moving. Golden Boys, hoping for that big team fight. Courier's going to follow them in, bringing the Sentry Wards.
They went the Storm, man.
Not scouted, fortunately. And they have the Naga here. As soon as Smoke breaks, I mean, could try for the Sauna initiation. No, didn't break. Didn't break. Skylark's going to be the man that breaks it. And at that same moment, Storm just clears out the creep wave. TP's home. Smoke gank.
They got an Archer. They still have an Archer. They can push.
Yeah.
Wait, the Rockets. Oh, no.
Mech him up. Oh, Shadow Fiend not in position.
Bottom tower is
And while they're busy trying to take a tier 2 tower bottom, Matumba Man has eyes on the top lane. Even Kuroki ratting it up as Crystal Maiden.
Yep.
There's a Glimmer Cape now.
The tower's super low, too. Up top. Oh, look at those Mantas. They're just putting
Meanwhile,
it down.
and Mind Control, he found us 224J down in the river, and while that's going on, as you're pointing out, the PL's also getting aggressive in the top lane, kills off the Tombstone, forcing Madara as well as Skylark back to the river, where the Song was deployed here to try and get the Naga out towards safety, but they've got a PL problem. I don't know if they're even going to make it out fully. MNT won't. He gets caught. He ends up going down. Had the TP, but was not able to use it, it seems. Matumba Man now chasing in. Skylark fully out of mana. No Tombstone to deal with. Illusion's also working on Madara. He's just so confident in his ability to take this. One hero single-handedly pressing 3 back and sieging the Rex in a moment. Will poke down the tower. And Lucy's out of mana. He's going to have to go home. That's where Rubik comes in.
Oh, yep. Pretty much impossible game, I think, for Golden Boys. I'm not sure. Like, if I was in their position, I don't think there's anything I could, you know, say or do to turn this game around. Oh, Earthshaker. Alright, he's fine. It's just, SF Quaff is like...
No, he's not fine.
Holy Spada.
Oh, thank you for the Bloodstone. Peace, I'm out. This is just a painful way to lose. You can't even fight.
Yeah, it's really frustrating to deal with.
And the Lance
just, like,
comes out.
you'll
Lancing Naga illusions, because why not?
Just like, why didn't we draft any catch?
Yeah. They just didn't have that dominant laning stage that you were saying they were looking for.
Yeah, the Undying had a couple of really bad deaths, I believe. That was really bad for them.
The fight where Undying didn't use the mango, the fissure, miss after the song, kind of tough, but definitely didn't help. The other fight where the fissure was used very early and then they just TP away.
Yeah, and then the clock just picked on the SF and a couple deaths for SF. Mech comes out a little too late. They can't start pushing early enough, and PL's online, just split pushing the entire game.
I mean, even the way that top lane started, where you see the clockwork almost killing Quap.
Yeah,
at level 1. That
was pretty crazy.
Yeah, he had to use a salve right away. So I mean, mind control did a good job here. Map controlled for them very effectively.
Yeah, it's when clock like blocks the waves like that, it's really hard for Quap to see us under the tower. So
and she doesn't have the best damage early on.
Yeah, she's also just like really squishy. She takes a ton of damage from the creeps.
Yeah. Can't really get like a stout shield the way a melee hero can to tank up. Well, now things looking pretty good here for 5Jungz. They have not actually fully taken the lane of Rax, but they have the map control. They've got the farm advantage. And they've got the ward still. Giving them vision. Fana with the DD rune bottled up. I mean, it feels like anybody who comes within a 2-screen radius is a very, very likely kill, aside from maybe the Shadow Fiend. Well, I guess Quap is a BKB now. And up. As soon as I stop focusing on him, he gets a kill. Meanwhile, mid lane. Also, action break out. Mind control. He has the rocket soon. He's got the hook soon as well. Shaker going to go down there in the end. Doesn't make it out. And they're just pushing. They're single heroes just running at 2 or 3, getting kills, getting out, taking objectives. This appears to be the end for the Golden Boys. Sooner or later, they're going to lose these lanes of Rax. No buyback on either hero. Quap never got her ult off. Shaker never got his. Almost finished off the melee Rax here. Undying is holding the tombstone for now. Crimson Guard was already used. They hook in. Can he even drop it in time? No, he doesn't get it off. MNT too late with the song. Just adding insult to injury. And like that, Golden Boys down. They drop game 1. They'll have to win 2 in a row to bounce back.
Ooh, that was pretty rough. That was brutal. But it wasn't like it wasn't the worst loss. Like, I feel like they just probably were just like, yeah, you know, our draft wasn't really. We had like an idea, it just didn't work. So back to the drawing board.
It's been it's a best of 3. They'll have a chance to bounce back, and you know, it has been a kind of long day for these teams. It's been 2 BO3s, and in 5Jungz case, they had to wait around. So they've been at it for 9-ish hours. But with that said, guys, we're going to take a quick break here. When we come back, we will have our game number 2. Potentially, we'll have a deciding game number 3. Let's see if the Golden Boys can force it to the limit.